You could be married for 20 years and still be having sex from a closed heart, because your mind and body carries the energetic frequency of fear of intimacy and connection, and therefore how you have sex is done from a more animalistic survival state of mind, when you're in your head trying to get something, constantly chasing validation from her, needing to feel like you've done a good job, needing to see that she's happy so you can be happy. There's just so many of these behaviours that we embody that only come out in moments of close intimacy. And when you look at pornography and you look at the way most people have sex, it's all done out of survival. It's all done from the head. It's all done from not accepting where you both are at in that current moment. But it's in the accepting of where you are at and she is at in that moment that the true intimacy is found. Like, I know from my experiences that if a woman wasn't showing that she liked me to the level that which I needed, that would create discomfort within myself, because it made me feel less wanted. And then now I need to come out of my body and into my head in order to try and control me and my experiences, in order to control her experiences of me, so I can feel good. See the self-abandonment in that. Now, for all I know, she can't express her love for me because she's got a closed heart because of her own insecurities. Yet I'm making it mean something about me. These patterns are so deep, and unless you're prepared to look at them, you've almost certainly carrying them within you too. Intimacy is simple. Intimacy is into me see. Intimacy is being accepting with where things are at in that moment, and that is how your heart can open, and that will allow her heart to open, and now you guys can start having more intimate, deep, healing, loving experiences in sex. I mean, this is where the true magic is. Now, a lot of people, the majority of people will hear this and instantly judge it as some tantric hippie way of, like a soppy thing. But what they don't realise is that in this deep loving connection there can be raw primal fucking, but it's done from a connected place. It's done from love. The alternative is to do it from disconnection and a lack of love. Now look at porn. How many porn videos have you seen that have two people who are genuinely connected? I know it exists, but it's almost non-existent compared to the amount of videos that are just that style of sex. Now what most people don't realise is that style of sex is a convenient means to avoid the trauma and pain that comes up in moments of intimacy. And so all sex is done as a way to chase and as a way to get something, and they're missing such a powerful, beautiful, loving experience that they probably didn't know existed. If you haven't settled in to being with a woman, whether that's on a date, whether you just met her, and certainly when you're in moments of intimacy and sex, then you're missing out on a very, very important process to receive deep healing and nourishment and experience feelings and energies that, like I say, you probably never thought existed. This is real. Why do you think there's so much shame surrounded in sex? Like, you can go on Netflix and watch people getting their head blown off, but you can't watch sex. And even if, when I say sex, I mean like stage sex, so it's not even sex, right? In the same way that people getting their head blown off isn't them getting their head blown off, it's just staged. But why can you see such violence, yet you can't see even just nudity? Why is that? Why is it that within religion that there's so much shame and fear and damnation and anger towards sexuality and intimacy? Why? Sex, especially lovemaking, is a portal. It creates life. It creates a being into the womb of the woman, right? And when we take the need to have a baby and chase an orgasm, the states that the two of you can access are such high vibrational and so healing that it can actually break you out of the matrix and show you the reality of who you actually are, and allow you to access such a high state of consciousness of love and even God. It's clear that religion's set up to take people away from God and into the heavier emotions, right? Media puts us in the heavier emotions. The shame and anger and pride and fear that exists within religions, it takes you further away from God. And what better place to install a bunch of fear and shame and guilt than sex? Because sex is a portal to the sort of ecstatic states that you may have only had on crazy psychedelic journeys, but when you have it in a natural way, this is where we truly experience the truth of who we are.